Gonner 2 is Raw Fury's newest game on Nintendo Switch. This visually minimalistic action platformer is a direct sequel to the original 3-year-old game that once again is ready to challenge players with 2D platforming and hectic combat accompanied by roguelike mechanics. Everything is faster, more abstract, less linear, and the vivid contrasting colors will leave you wanting to explore every nook and cranny of this bombastic sequel. There's a thread of a story where Ikk is tasked with assisting Death after the lair has been compromised by a mysterious being. That's it. There's very little explanation why you need to take on these procedurally generated levels with little to no hand-holding, and whether no loadout is ever the same. With that said, it's not much different than the original game, letting you mainly focus on the gameplay. Death is everywhere, so you better learn to get used to it. The game's difficulty feels ratcheted up and is not compromising on any of its ideas. There's no guiding markers, no dialogue to lead you, just your combat skills to do the talking. Your basic movement consists of an attack, a dash, and of course, the weapon that you pick up. Then there's a double jump and a wall jump. Guns feel varied enough to let you feel around and find the one that will fit your playstyle and stick to it for the most part, but you'll eventually unlock more options as you progress along. It does feel like there's much more shooting and less platforming this time around. You can fire in all directions, and racking up kills takes up not just the combo multiplier, but it increases the score as well. Taking down enemies also grants you ammo and coins that you can then spend on the shop to purchase either weapon upgrades, more hearts, and even upgrade your head. Heads are another type of loadout option where Ikk can equip a head type where each one has a new perk attached to it, giving you something like a new attack option for a specific moment or a buff to amplify your traversal. This is all on top of the aforementioned gun buffs and passives. While enemies may not seem like an obligation to take down, you do want to rack up as much coin as possible, but if you die, you drop everything you had with you. This is where the first issue rears its ugly head. When you die, you can spend coin to revive yourself at the start of the level and then make your way back to pick up your gear. The problem is that chances are, whatever killed you was already tough enough with your gear on. Now you're fighting it without your stuff, so it makes this encounter much tougher. Enemies are relentless and they never slow down. While death may seem quick and painless, getting back to the lair takes a bit longer than you may probably want it to. There's 5 worlds in total, each with their own unique color palette, enemies, and hook that changes the way you platform and move about. I didn't necessarily find the bosses all that new, just enemies that I've seen in other games before. There's also an issue with how aiming feels imprecise at times that I hope does get addressed in future patches. It makes the moments where the game feels cheap just an even bigger mountain to climb. Gonner 2 has some new ideas to throw at you, and it tries to change just enough from the first game to give itself a place to stand on its own. The problem is that some of the ideas are poorly implemented, or they're simply too punishing, so they will surely keep newcomers away. Nintendo Sphere gives Gonner 2 on Switch a 7 out of 10. If you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya!